Good morning. Wow. Welcome to another episode of Rudolph's Mountains, and today we are back in the Arans, and I'm following John and Anne Nuttall's route-ish, only with a different start point, and I think I might be doing it backwards as well, I can't remember. But our first stop is that one over there behind us. That's going to be an out and back from the bottom of the valley here, which is never fun. But hopefully by the end of today I will only have a couple of the Arans left to tick off my list. But I've already videoed way too much because the scenery here is absolutely beautiful. Everywhere you look, it's stunning. Yeah, I've not done these ones before. This is the first time for me. There's going to be some boggy sections, I think, which I'll have to brace myself for later on today. But for the moment, it's a very beautiful Easter Sunday morning. Wow, just goes on getting better and better. Look at this. And so we've got to head up that valley now, and our first top isn't the one I showed you before. It is that one over there. So let's follow this stream up, and then we've got to cross that a bit further on. Well, my original plan was to go down here and cross the stream, but that's way too steep. Looked okay on the satellite view looking from above, but no, it's not good. What I'm going to try and do is a bit further on. You can see the gradient to the stream is a bit gentler, so I'm going to go a bit further and then try and cross down there. Well, I still haven't crossed the stream. Didn't like the look of it. I didn't like the look of the ground on the other side either. That big tufty grass is very unpleasant to walk on. So I've stayed on what is a marked path on this side of the stream. And in about 10 or 15 minutes I'll join the point where I plan to drop off that top and pick up the path to the next one. Oh, I've got a bit of a feeling of dread. Lots of this long grass, and that can mean very boggy ground, but it can also be fine. Let's see how we go on. I can see a fence about, I don't know, 300 or 400 feet away. And I think that's the line that I was going to take and follow up to the top. So it'll be interesting when we get there to see if there's any vestige of a track, or whether I've just got to forge my own way. Right, here's our fence, and you can see the fences go straight up the hillside. There is what looks like a small track next to it, so let's follow the fence and see how we get on. It'll be worse down the bottom here. I've got the bottom of the valley to get through, which will be boggy, and then that steep climb on the other side. Oh my goodness, must be mad. Wow, this section is so steep. I've ended up leaving the fence and zigzagging up the slope to try and ease the gradient a little bit. Oh my goodness. But I think I'm nearly at the end of the steep section. Holy moly. Oh. Right, I'm up on the ridge. Wow, that was steep. I've got to go down there again in a bit. Oh my word. But let me turn you around. Our first Nuttall of today is just over there. So I will see you on the top in a moment. I tell you, it's gone cold. Clouds come in and it's lowered as well. Like the Aran main ridge is in cloud now. And it's chilly indeed. Welcome to the top of Foel Hafod-Fynydd, our first Nuttall, and it's gorgeous. Let me give you a quick panorama. It's freezing too, so I'm not going to hang around too long here. I'm going to get out to the wind and have a bite to eat, but this is the view from the top. Wow, gorgeous. Right, let's get out the wind and have a little bite to eat before we head all the way back down the way we've just come, back down to that boggy section, follow the fence down, and then our next stop is turn you around to show you. It's over there. Right, thank you Daisy. Right, I've got to head back the way I've come, back down to the bottom of that dip, so I'll see you back down there shortly. Well, for you it'll be a moment or two, for me it'll be half an hour of peril. Well, I'm on my way up the other side. Oh, very steep grass again, but it's okay. Coming down wasn't as bad as I expected. Nice and soft underfoot, and although I was slipping around a little bit, I never lost my footing altogether, which is great. Right, whew. I'll see you at the top of this next section. This is the top of our second Nuttall today, Esgeiriau Gwynion, 671 metres. It's very cold. Luckily the cloud is just above us, but the Aran ridge behind, I'll turn you around, is in the cloud, and that's what 90% chance of cloud-free summit, looks like. Oh dear me. The weather forecast was better today than yesterday, but the weather yesterday was better than today. Mad, isn't it? Anyway, I'm not going to hang around here. It's too windy for Daisy. So I'm going to try and get out the wind, have a little bite to eat, because it's 12:30 now, and then we'll crack on to our next one, which I think is over there. Certainly quite a lot of bog hopping to do now between now and when we get back to the bike. Wow, been a great day. Luckily we've got a lovely little cairn down there which someone's built up to show us where the top is, because otherwise you wouldn't have a clue up here. It's quite a plateau of a summit. Whew. Well, let's get out the wind. Wow, this is an eerie place. Feels miles from anywhere when you're in the middle of this moorland. Pathless for a long way. But it's not really a path now, it's a bit of a quad bike track which you can follow. And that's going to take us right to our next stop, which is just a couple of minutes away. Well, this is Foel Rydd, little post here to mark the top, and gutted, the cloud has dropped and we're now right on the edge of it, coming and going. Anyway, we're going to strike off 90 degrees from our approach and head off to our next one. Still got a couple left to do, and feeling a bit down the dumps now, the weather doing this to me. Never mind, onwards. The clouds cleared slightly. Got a good view of our next stop now, which is over there, Llechwedd. Getting there is means skating around the bog, and we've got to do a stream crossing too. Right, I got caught out following an animal track. It felt like a little bit like a path. Well, really, I got to be dropping into this gully and crossing this this stream and climbing up the other side. Right, I'm over the gully. There's a fence we pick up here, and I think we follow that most of the way to our next stop. Whew. Right, this is the top of Llechwedd, translates as Black Hillside. Let me give you a quick panorama from the top. Weather's a little bit better than it was before. Right, there's one more top to do, and I've got to go back to the road first, cross the road, and it's an out and back, and then I've got a long walk down the road back to the bike. But to get back to the road, I've got a long walk across moorland, and it's marked on the OS map as being bog. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the natural route is just to follow the fence, but when I looked at it on the map, if I deviate away from the fence to my right, I can skirt around the section marked as bog. So let's go and have a look at that and see where we get to. Big hairy caterpillar. Hello. Oh. Just checking the map, and our final top, Moel, Cerrig, Duon, is let me turn you around and show you. Over there. It's miles away. I'm trying not to look at it because it's a bit intimidating being that far away. Oh, anyway, I've been following a reasonable sort of path, but it's drifted away from the fence, and I've got to cross the fence shortly, and the rest of the walk's on the other side of the fence, so I've just going cross country to pick up the fence again. Well, what feels like a lifetime marching across the moors, and finally arriving at the car park. Well, I will be in the next 5 minutes, and I'm crossing the road and heading over the other side, and I think this final top will hopefully have a bit more about it, because the last few moorland tops are not very exciting, let's say. The weather is clearing a little bit, clouds still low, but no complaints. Let's get to the car park and then off to the other side. There we go, the top of Moel, Cerrig, Duon. My goodness, it's so windy. I've been a real struggle getting up here. I'm shattered. I'm going to take some shelter down the back here and get some food down me. What an epic day. Anyway, can't talk too much here, too much wind. I'll catch up with you in a bit. Quick panorama. Right, I'm heading down. Wind's gusting 30 miles an hour, so it's a bit on the cold side. I've had some lunch now, so I feel a bit better, a bit more energy. I'll see you back down the road. Right, I'm back at the road. It's a 2.5k walk downhill back to the bike. So I parked the bike where I did and didn't start the walk where it's suggested in the book, because I fancied having that downhill stretch on the road to finish with. Anyway, been an epic day. I think the first top and the last tops I might do again one day. The other tops, the moorland tops, are hill baggers tops, sorts of tops you only go to if you're bagging Nuttalls, because there's not a great deal, not a great deal there. Anyway, I've really enjoyed the day. It's been an epic adventure. I hope you've enjoyed it too. I'll see you on the next one, all being well.